I told everybody that you are a fellow Cantonian,
That
okay?
I am.
A king from Canton. So, since we're talking about the Black National Championship, how did it feel to have the championship winning quarterback be a fellow king from Canton, Mr. JaCobian Morgan?
And not only, did he win, he won the MVP,
How
offensive MVP.
so did, so did.
Man, you know what? Man, I was so happy for that young man. Uh, and, and let me make sure I say this. Man, we love all our players. We support all our players. And I'm pretty sure, in any situation, you always, have a little, you have that little extra little oomph, what I'm saying, for your own, you know what I'm saying? I know Ken and I talk on the show a lot, man. He's a Master Central graduate, and he speak on, the players that we have on team for Master Central. So to answer your question, man, it felt great because, and one of the reasons it felt great because I remember another segment that you did. You spoke on some of the things that occurs in our city, and everything is not positive. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times you always have some good crops in your field.
Mhm.
But sometime on that stalk and in that field, you have some bad crop that you have to weed out to make sure that the good crop go ahead on and grow the way it needs to.
Mhm.
You know, with that being said, what JaCobian did, you know, and in the city of Canton, it lets someone else know that, where you are, that you can rise to the top, that you can be what you want to be, you can make it as well. It doesn't matter what no one has to say, or no matter what is going on, you just have to work hard and persevere like that young man did. And it was it was truly an honor, in knowing his family, um, knowing and having to talk to him and great people, and some of the adversity that he had to go through. You know, it was a great feeling. I remember when his name first come across as being a transfer into Jackson State from the University of Syracuse.
Mhm.
I was like, oh wow. I was like, who is this young man? Hey, yeah, who is his people? you know, who is his? You know how we do that. So what I did, I immediately I got on. I called the head coach at Canton High, Coach Calvin Bolden. I called him up and I say, "Hey man, dude, we getting this young man named JaCobian Morgan who played under your regime. What are we getting?" And man, he went to telling me the type of players and stuff the type of player that he is. And so I started watching highlights on because if you remember, JaCobian was playing during the COVID around that COVID time,
Mhm.
during those COVID seasons. And so I still, because I still get up to games, and the reason I was able to reach out to Coach Bolden, man, because I still go back and I give
Yeah.
to the football program. I still support.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, win, lose, or draw. I mean, that's my city. That's my love. I mean, that's what it is. So I still give back wherever I can, man. I don't have deep pockets, man. I don't, but if I got $1, you need a quarter, and and my light's not about to get turned off, then that quarter is yours, or that 50 cent if you need it.
Mhm.
That's just the way I am. So I still give back. So after talking to Coach Bolden, and JaCobian came into the fold, and had a chance to meet and found out that I knew his family members and everything, and found out he's a really and first he come off kind of quiet, but he's you get to know him, a really, really good young man, very mannerable and respectable. And I know his first year he ended up getting hurt, so he wasn't able to play as much. I think he came on in the late in the latter part of 2023 from an injury that he sustained.
Mhm.
And so to see him come, work through that, and then come into the 2024 season, working hard. And man, I'm telling you, I know he has a lot of raw talent. And Coach Taylor is, I'm talking about you talking about iron sharpen iron, and being able to sharpen the tool. Coach Taylor is putting his touch on that, man, along with, Coach Rip, even Coach Gallen, though offensive coaches, and the whole coach staff, work together. But they've been working with that young man, and you can see him grow. He had to overcome some adversity, but you know what? You know what we learned about adversity, man. When you're not gonna go through this life unscathed first.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have some problems. No matter when you feel and you know that you're doing everything right, you're still gonna have some adversities.
Mm-hmm.
So your character is built on how you deal and come out of those adversities. And like I was even talking about my football career, my correct, and the lack of it makes you the person that you become, and you have to have those things in order to grow. You know, you you can't um you can't get stronger without some pain, without some adversity, and you're gonna face. And so those are some of the things that you know coming in, because football is competition. And so in that case, and what I'm speaking on with that is, JaCobian had to, he had to fight, he had to prove himself, he had to prove his worth, and still do. But through that adversity, after he had to deal with what he dealt with through the beginning of the season, and I always say, even on our show, we're not in that room. We don't know what's going on that field. We don't know what the coaches see. That is their job. That is what they are paid to do. I mean, we analyze and we can say what we think always, even in any sports. I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, that adversity he went through, once he got through it and he got the reins of it, he went on to the house. We didn't lose another game. You know what I'm saying? He got injured, wasn't able to finish the SWAC championship game. Zai came in, did a magnificent job. Got us through that.
Mm-hmm.
Got us to Atlanta. And JaCobian stepped back in from that slight injury that he had, a mishap, whatever it was, and took us on to what we would call the HBCU promised land. And that's the national championship. And not only did he win it, did we win it as a team, or he won it for his team, man. He became the offensive MVP of that particular game, man. So with all that being said, I was very happy for the young man. I was elated for the team and Tiger Nation, and knowing that, we did what we can to be supportive of them. I mean, that just makes it, that just the cherry on top, so again, man, having him representing Canton, Mississippi, I hope that can be a bright light for someone else who's going through something, who's facing adversity, who feel that I can't make it from here, or I got the obstacles to overcome, or this is being said that you can do it also. So it meant a lot.
Well, shout out to JaCobian Morgan. You, young king, are part of a long line of great people from Canton, Mississippi, as TD said, and I'm glad you said that too. Yeah, our city does get this bad rap and everything like that, and little nickname of the city is Cracktown to many people. You know what I'm saying? But we are evidence that greatness comes from Canton, Mississippi. You feel me? So JaCobian Morgan, starting quarterback for a Black national champion. My young boy Quindare Weatherspoon, an NBA champion. You know what I'm talking about? We got should be Pro Football Hall of Famer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay.
Yes,
LC Greenwood.
LC Greenwood.
Quit playing with us. Okay. That should be a Pro
Playing
Football
too much.
Okay. We got a potential saint in Sister Thea Bowman, that she's up for sainthood in the Catholic Church. We got civil rights icons, and We got Teronta Day in first. So it's Canton, Mississippi, baby, for the win.
That's right. For the hey, and let me add, let me not leave him out. Let's give me a shout out to Mr. Tymon Henderson, the wide receiver.
Oh yeah. My bad, young blood. Oh yeah. Hey, we currently got how do you frame it? A beast FBS national champion, okay, as well for LSU. Offensive line, Damian. Oh, what Damian last name? You know he played offensive line when they had Burrow.
Okay.
Damian Lewis.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Big Banky. That's why I was going Banky. I call him Banky.
You call him Banky?
Yeah, we call him Banky. So, hey, that's a lot of good things come from Canton. You feel me? So, JaCobian Morgan, way to be a shining light for our youth, young king.
So yeah, man. And again, I forgive me about wide receiver, Mr. Henderson. He's on that team as well. Matter of fact, he played high school ball with yes.
So that's why JaCobian, you could tell he was feeling some type of way when that man got hurt. You know, and I was telling my wife, I said, they're teammates. Like, not only for JSU, like these young men go back. You know what I'm talking about? So that hit different. So shout out to that young king as well. You feel me?